right, everybody. We've got another very special guest for y'all, a returning special guest. Everybody, welcome back to the show, Jonathan Hedrick. Welcome, Jonathan.
Hey guys, thanks for having me back on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you brought the really sick shirt to wear for the episode.
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
Hashtag promoted.
Yeah, there you go. That's the only shirt you need. That's awesome.
Professional.
I
yeah,
got I got like 15 shows scheduled during the campaign for Spillblood. And my goal is to wear it for almost all of them. I didn't have it in time for like the first one or two.
Oh, damn.
I'm hoping like by me doing this, it looks like I just did one of those like Hollywood sit down behind, in front of the poster, and just all the different people came. I don't know.
There you go. No, that's exactly what it looks like. Perfect. That's awesome, man.
John, I got to start you off with the gauntlet. We're going to do...
Let's do it.
Festivus in July.
Okay.
All right. And we're going to start with the airing of grievances. Why do you hate your fans? Because you were going to do the recount volume 2. And then you're just like, nah, I ain't doing this anymore. So explain yourself, sir.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting the opportunity to talk about that. So, it came down to a lot of different factors. Some of those that I just can't talk about online yet, catch me at a show or something on the side. I'll give you, the insider information. But that compiled with a lot of other things, and I don't, without getting too granular, it ranges from other projects. It comes down to finances, and motivation too. That's a big part of it, especially when you're creating. You got to be motivated.
Right.
So I announced it when the Ringo finalists were announced, because that was my end goal that I set a while back. I said, if things don't get better by the time the Ringos are announced, then, I'll have to shelf this project for the unforeseeable future, for the better of the project, not for my own selfish, desires. But I don't want to haphazardly and begrudgingly make Recount 2 and the devoted fans that I know that are out there get some, half-assed product. So in the meantime, it's on the shelf. I can always go back to it. That's the greatest thing. It's not like I threw away or deleted any files that I had already done. I can still go back to it. But, I'm staring at this dry erase board behind my laptop that has a bunch of unannounced projects that I'm super excited about that, could be the next Recount or better than Recount, So that's why I hate my fans.
All joking aside, if you're not into it, I would rather wait and get a great Recount 2 10 years from now than a bad Recount 2 today.
Exactly.
Yeah, understandable.
So I get that. And you've got so much going on. I mean, we're going to talk about Spillblood a ton, but you've got the Dreamwalker book going on.
Dreammaster.
Sorry.
Yeah. No problem.
And I know there's others that I'm not even thinking of right now that you got going on. And like you said, you got announced stuff. And I've seen you talk about stuff behind the scenes. You're like, this isn't announced, but this is the issues I'm having with it right now.
Yeah.
So I know you got a ton going on. Yeah. So I'll accept that answer for now.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, it didn't come without a lot of thought for a long time. So, it is what it is, it can happen. It can still happen.
I guess, I'm waiting on a piece to get done framing. It's going to go behind me. And so I guess now I will put up the Recount book that I got on the wall as well. Awesome. That's acceptable enough where it can go up now.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm glad it's still wall worthy.
It's in an undecided pile right now until you answered his question.
Right. That's fair.
And Spillblood looks awesome, man. So
thank you.
You're teaming up with Cardacelli again on the art, right?
Yep.
From Caffeinated Hearts. You want to talk about that? You guys came up with this again?
Jealous.
Yeah. This will be our Stefano and I's fourth full collaboration. We did Freak Show Night then Space Cadet, then Caffeinated Hearts, and
Yep.
now Spillblood. We did accidentally do a short comic book story together. And I say accidentally because I wrote it for someone's anthology like 2 years ago before it fell on Stefano's desk for him to draw. I had no idea he was going to be the artist. And that wound up being a zombie story in Austin Janowski's Zombies Were Human Too anthology that he does. So there is another Cardacelli Hedrick story out there for those that are looking for that. But yeah, so Spillblood's our fourth one shot together, and we have a theme of not having a theme. Freak Show Night was this gory zombie book. Space Cadet was this all ages, nighttime fairy tale story. Caffeinated Hearts was this slice of life cyberpunk setting story, and then Spillblood is our like ultra violent, heavy on the religious tones. Punisher meets Ghost Rider meets Spawn story with a 80s B-rated horror
nice
type of soundtrack going to it. So really excited about this one.
Yeah, and the art looks phenomenal, and I like that you did kind of it's become kind of popular through Marvel and a little bit of DC, but this kind of black, white, and red style to it. I mean, there's a few other things that like coloring that pops out. It's not just black, white, and red, but that's definitely the major theme. So, what went into doing that you felt was necessary for it?
Well, Stefano has previously in the other three books inked and watercolored those stories that I mentioned before, and he was kind of like on the fence about this one, about doing watercolors, traditional and then watercolors, or doing it digital. And I said, man, just do this one digital. Let's take it another direction. What's the worst thing that can happen? It's digital. And I said, and if we're going to do it digital, let's keep it black, white, and red. Let's keep it minimal, and I think it'll enhance the story that's being told, which is that this like dark noir type haunted priest story. So his main cover is still watercolored, but I like seeing what he can do digitally because he showed me some other stuff. I mean, we kind of have a fifth project semi in the works that he's doing digitally, and he has a lot of Mike Mignola vibes when he does digital. Yes. And I'm a sucker for Hellboy and all BPRD stuff.
Yep.
So I'm glad this one that I was able to convince him to do it digitally.
Yeah, and I like this. The first page that you put out there it's almost a full red and black page, but then the neon sign in front of the church that says Jesus Saves is that neon pinkish purple kind of look, which makes it pop out even more.
Right.
I just think he did a phenomenal job with the coloring, just how it fits in with his art and giving a vibe for the whole book.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely gives it some identity, like a unique identity than what's commonly out there in the indie crowdfunding market. And then our letterer Leo McGovern, first time working with him, props for him for adding that neon sign on there. It was a little tricky, because Stefano drew rain. So how do you add a layer on top of rain? So through some quick trial and error, Leo was able to nail it, and he's been a real pleasure to work with. He's just as excited as anyone else on that team. And when you have a letterer, / graphic designer / editor that can, really support the project, it just adds so much more value to it.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you have some cool free stretch goals too, and you're almost at those, right? I mean, you've hit
Oh yeah.
a few of those now.
Yeah, so
Right?
yeah, we unlocked the sticker. You know, you got to do a
Yep.
sticker, or they'll kick you off of Kickstarter. That's the
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
yep.
Are we getting a
Unspoken
bookmark
rule.
too? Is that? I mean, that's
You know, I've
Yeah.
never done a bookmark, and the reason why I never done a bookmark is because I feel like do you really even need a bookmark for a floppy? Maybe for a trade, it feels
Yeah.
appropriate for a trade, but not
yeah.
for a floppy.
Yeah.
I
True.
agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, we unlocked a trading card, which it looks super sick. Leo designed that. It has that throwback tops look to it. Um, for every 100 backers, we're unlocking a digital comic. So we already unlocked a free digital copy of Freak Show Night. And then I'm doing giveaways. All day one backers are entered into a giveaway, which is an 11 by 17 print of Spillblood signed by me. And that's any backer, including, digital backers only. International backers are entered into that drawing. And then
Nice.
yesterday I did another giveaway for anyone that has backed the first 5 days, and that's a Spillblood shirt like this. And again,
Oh, sick.
that's any backer. You can pledge $1. So I'm doing that to not just reward the backers, but to keep people on. You have to. You can throw all the free tchotchkes you want at people, the stickers, the magnets, but if someone wants to cancel, they'll cancel. But if I can keep them a backer from the beginning or get them early, and then they can stay on and keep being entered in these giveaways, then I'm just stacking things up for the backers. I want by the end of this 30-day campaign for that minimal $8 plus shipping physical tier for someone to get a 36-page comic, multiple digital comics, and all the swag, stickers, magnets, trading cards, prints, and entered into winning contests, so they can compare that $8 pledge plus $7 shipping, that $15 to what can they get from the big two for $15.
Right.
Can they walk out of a comic book store with $15 and get that much from one comic book? So
Yeah, that's awesome.
I would want the same thing. Everyone's gripping their wallet tighter lately. I'm one of those people too. I got to see the value in it, especially with the taking a chance on an indie book. So I'm hoping people, when they get their rewards, they open it up and stuff is just spilling out, no pun intended, of that Gemini mailer.
Nice.
So what do I have to do to grease the wheels to get that print? 'Cause I'm a day one guy.
You're a day one guy?
Yeah.
Stay. Don't cancel your pledge. The more people, I guess you could talk people into canceling.
Yeah, there you go.
But don't do that, please.
I have my master plan now.
Yeah. Starts threatening people.
Right.
If you don't cancel,
I will find you. That's awesome.
No, I love the giveaways. Like I saw, honestly, the print. I was gonna pledge either way. Like I love your work and I love Stefano's art and everything. So this book was a no brainer for me. And when I saw that giveaway, I was like, well, I got to be there day one now.
Right.
If I get a chance, because that print's awesome, by the way. I don't know if you have it handy.
I do.
Let me get it. It is phenomenal.
Yeah, show it off.
So here he goes. He's got it, everybody. You gotta watch the video version for this.
Yeah, you gotta see the video version.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's so dope. I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's 11 by 17, and it's this nice matte finish to it. The kind of annoying matte finish where it's hard to get into a top loader.
Oh, okay.
So,
nice.
Nice.
And like I said, if someone pledged $1 and they get drawn on, and when I do the giveaway, I'll mail it to them. That's just trying to incentivize people for backing early, because you don't get another day one. Day one's always your biggest day. So if I can, I've really worked hard on this campaign to get people, at the very beginning, because that's how crowdfunding is. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you did a good job at it. 'Cause like I was saying, that was part of the reason when day one hit. And I'm usually like, Kickstarter slipped the mind. People got people or even people you don't know, it's people you're fans of have Kickstarter coming out. You forget, and it's like 2 or 3 days in. Oh crap! John has a Kickstarter out. I need to do it. And I saw people Kickstarter. I was like, it's still day one. I gotta get into that.
Yeah.
So I thought you did a great job, and
Thank you.
the proof was in the pudding because you funded day one.
Right.
So
well, 20, it took 28 hours. So technically, we funded on.
We'll give it to you.
We'll give it to you. Well, if we circumvent the world,
right. Yeah,
it could have been still day one for somebody.
He jumped a few time zones, and
you're fine.
Day
it's
one.
Still one day.
Right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm super stoked that we got that out the way early because, like I said, now we can just keep on giving people free things. And I think it's a lot easier for people to jump on a campaign when it's already funded than it is, like the last few days and you're still trying to get that last couple of $100. And I've been in that position before. It sucks, So I went extra hard this campaign to start the pre-launch promotion like 3 weeks ahead of time. I would have done it sooner too, but I think I would have lost some followers on all my platforms just from being like Spillblood, Spillblood, Spillblood.
And I know you have a couple different covers there if you want to talk about the options. Yeah.
So there's the trade dress and virgin of Stefano's cover, which it was done traditional watercolor, and someone already snagged the original artwork for it on one of the reward tiers. And then my buddy Joe Schmolke did the variant cover, which we have for trade and virgin, and he offered us the original artwork, and that's still out there for anyone that might be interested.
That's cheap for cover work, damn.
Yeah, I mean, and it gets you all 4 covers, a digital copy of the comic book, all the other free stuff that we might be unlocking, and about those giveaways. As soon as you start getting you back, you're going to be entered in more giveaways. That I've done 2 in the first 5 days. There's still 25 days left in the campaign. I got plenty of more ideas to give away free stuff.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. And I've been talking about a lot recently. The add-on edition on Kickstarter has allowed you creators to have more streamlined Kickstart pages, which is really nice. Mm-hmm. But maybe talk about, the add-ons. What do you have for add-ons when people, because your tiers are pretty simple. It's the book, it's these covers, so on and so forth. What kind of add-ons can people expect if they jump into it as well?
Well, in addition to getting an extra copy of any of those covers that are available, so maybe you wanted 2 of the virgin cover of Schmolke's, you can do that. We also have available copies of the published editions of Freak Show Night, Space Cadet, and Caffeinated Hearts, all the previous stuff that Stefano and I have already done. And I have a few copies of the his cover of that Zombies Were Human 2 anthology with our story in it. And then I'm going to be adding a brand new cover within the next few days of from a different artist. I just saw the artwork today, so I'll be dropping that in the next couple of days as an add-on, not an additional tier. So it'll be a new physical.
Nice. And I know you talked a little bit about like Daredevil and like the tone of this book, but from what I've seen, you have the sample pages up on the Kickstarter. He's a priest by day, and by night he's dishing out some bullets to people.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's just I like to call him a haunted priest. Okay. And during the day he sits in a dark confessional booth, listening to people's sins all day long, and he's a jaded holy man. He was rejected from heaven, rejected by hell, and he's just out cursed to walk this earth, and he has to listen to all these sins. And so at night, he does what God and the devil can't do here on earth, and that's right these wrongs. And he does it with a lot of bullets.
He's smiting people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a modern modern, medieval story.
Yeah, right, right.
So
That's awesome.
autobiographical.
Very
Yeah,
autobiographical.
awesome. And I almost like from the sample pages, I get like Sin City vibes, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely, especially with the color palette.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a huge Frank Miller fan. I
Yep.
don't want to speak for Stefano, but I'm sure he is too.
Yeah.
In a lot of the other work I've done with him, and other work I've seen him do, and I knew that, when I had the idea for this story, he would love it. It's
Yeah.
very heavy metal,
Mm-hmm.
violent, and I've been lucky enough with working with him to do an all ages story that's a very different style than what he's used to. I mean, he's a Bram Stoker award winning artist, and he did this Good Night Fairy Tale book with me with pleasure, and did it effortlessly, and it's every page in there is like a masterpiece. Um, but so yeah, I kind of wanted to give him something that's like right up his alley, So when I pitched it to him, well, first he showed me this image first. He sent me this, um, uh, and he goes, Jonathan, I want to make a story about this, and that's all I had to go by. I'm like, all
You're
right,
like, all right.
yeah, give me some time to brainstorm. And I was looking at it, and I was like, all right, I see a skull, I see some
Some
guns, I
guns.
see a halo. So
Yeah.
let's go with like we have to go something religious with this.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And that's a departure from some of my other things too. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it was a fun thing to create. I'm
Yeah.
excited for it.
That's cool that it started with the like the cover art
Yeah.
and went from there.
Yeah,
It's pretty
I
awesome.
mean, why not? Sometimes that Marvel method works out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
that
cool.
I like hearing some of these indie creators going the Marvel method with stuff because there needs to be more of a collaboration. It seems like a lot of the indie space for a long time was like a writer just being like, I have this great idea, and then just contacts an artist, here, do it.
Yeah,
And to hear that you guys have a connection where you can do something like the Marvel method in this
yeah,
just makes it sound even cooler because you guys have worked so well together in the past.
yeah. Thank you. And we're really leaning heavier on the Marvel method with our fifth project. That it's not close to being announced or anything like that. But that one was him sending me 5 pages of already done artwork and a short little pitch, and then me fleshing it out from there. Um, and that pitching, it was basically like, all right, I wanted to make this very John Carpenter esque. Like, okay,
Yeah. Oh,
no,
nice.
no pressure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, nothing to live up to the hype. Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy.
But yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
why him and I, like working together. And he works with other writers. He also writes his own stuff, and all that stuff is great. Um, and yeah, we do these one shots, like once a year, and we have fun with it. It's not torture.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, it's good.
I sure hope
That's
not.
Yeah,
yeah. You don't want it to be anywhere near that. Yeah, for sure.
right.
Uh
So
yeah.
we've gone really deep into this book, and like I said, it sounds awesome, and we're both looking forward to it. If you have a second, I mean, you have 2 other books out right now too.
Yes.
We could try to talk about how's Dream Master going. I know Mike's a big fan of that book.
Love that book.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dream Master. I love Dream Master. Volume 2, the scripts are done for issues 6 through 10. And
Nice.
I saw pencils for the first half of issue 6 recently from Luigi Baricelli, the
Great.
artist that's on that series. So he's
Yeah.
coming back for the second volume, and he's phenomenal. He is why the book is so great. um,
Yeah. The
and
art is fantastic.
yeah, it is wonderful. He is great at that dreamscape, weird, don't leave a centimeter empty type of artwork. And then I have the green light from Black Box to start writing volume 3. I already
Oh,
did
nice.
the outline. I just need to have a chat with the CEO, who's also the creator. So I don't dive too deep into it and have to rework a lot of things, but we got some cool things planned for Volume 3, and we already have some like nuggets of Volume 4 of what we
Oh
want
wow,
to lead into. So yeah,
awesome.
I really love hearing the positive feedback for Dream Master. And not to toot my own horn, but I feel like that's becoming like they're close to one of their staple books now.
Yeah,
Like where people
nice.
are associating black, Dream Master, Black Box, those two,
Right, that's cool.
which is I say it in the most humble way because it's a huge team effort, and we have a lot of sick cover artists too that have done the variants, and I hope I can continue to write Dream Master for a long time.
Yeah, Chris was lucky to hook me up with one of those last time he went to Florida. So
Yeah, awesome,
I got a signed one
nice.
by Mr. Hedrick himself. So yeah,
Yeah, the
Sweet.
one I bought for him, like, this isn't good enough for me. I'll just give it to Mike.
yeah, yeah.
Jonathan's
Thanks.
signature sucked on this one. I
Yeah,
gotta give
yeah.
this one
I'm gonna
away.
give it to Mike.
Are have they collected it in a trade yet, or do they
No,
plan
Yeah,
on it?
so I was gonna
not
ask.
yet, but there is a plan for it. Black Box does their trades a little differently. They're not as streamlined as a lot of other publishers, just because they are a very small press indie publisher. So what they typically do is crowdfund a trade, and then fulfill it, and then send it to to Diamond after that. So I off the top of my head, I can think of maybe 3 or 4 trades that they have for like their dozen or so titles. But I know he wants Dream Master to be in a trade, just where it falls in line with the other ones that are due for a trade too. I'm not sure, but if he wants me to, I'll run the campaign myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I want that trade,
Me too.
just
Yeah,
as
I'd like
much
to have it in a
as
trade.
some of the fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, add a cover gallery, some bonus pages. I think that would be a great chunk of story right there.
yeah, it'd be awesome.
yeah. And I to do it the what I call the Image way, because I think Image kind of pioneered this, to have it in the hands of people before issue 6 hits
Yes,
is
you got
always the best way, because then hopefully you can convert some of them to floppy readers too.
absolutely. Yep, yeah. It's a lot easier for people to jump on it when it's bound and collected, and we can hand it to them for a decent price point, like 19.99 or 24.99, whatever you got to do. But and then time it with the issue 6 release. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be looking for that one because I've been
Yeah, me
meaning to
too.
read it. Mike keeps hounding me about it, but
It's good shit.
yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
like
Yeah,
trades. I know he's gonna come with trades sooner or later. It's super
yeah. Because
successful.
well, Chris is a huge like original Sandman fan. So
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
and you can tell it kind of not that it's like a direct comparison, but I would say the character is almost that esque.
Yeah, there's definitely
Yeah,
when I was fleshing out Dream Master from the synopsis I was given by Black Box, and being a big Sandman fan myself, I have the full run of issues 1 through 75, including error editions and multiple copies of some of the key issues.
yeah,
Uh, Trying to collect all the absolutes and things like that. So it was important for me to not make it like the Sandman too. I think
Mhm.
I think that helped me already being familiarized with Sandman to not make this a Kmart Sandman book.
right.
So I was like, all right, I know what not to incorporate in this book so that they're not like side by side comparisons, but
Mm-hmm.
they're that audience could appreciate this book too. If you like the dreamscape world where anything can happen and rules can be bent, but it still makes sense and wraps up nicely, then I think you'd be a fan of Dream Master too.
Yeah, the art too. The art is
Oh
just
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
insane.
And those covers are great. I remember
Yeah.
ran into you at MegaCon,
Mhm.
posted the pictures, got Mike a copy of the book and everything. But just looking through the covers that you did for that book,
Yeah,
they're so good. They're
they
just so
are.
nice. Like you had a great cover team for that book.
Oh, for sure. And that's all Demetrius over at Black Box hiring, such great talent. Lucas Meyer, did a cover. Um, and then Tiago da Silva did 2 covers. It's like I couldn't get those people if I wanted to for one of my like Kickstarter campaigns. So to be able to have the publisher pay for that, that's pie in the sky right there. And then all the main covers, the A covers, are all wraparounds by Luigi, the interior artist. That to me is better than most of the variants. You get a wraparound cover with cover A. That's not common.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And then you have another book out right now, Quicksand with Scout.
That's right.
So, I mean, I don't think either of us have read Quicksand.
No, I have not.
Okay. But what is Quicksand?
So, elevator pitch. Quicksand is about one day this hole in the desert of Egypt near the pyramids just opens up in the sand, and all these monsters come crawling out. They attack a nearby city, kill a bunch of people, and then run back into the hole, and leaving the world like stunned and shocked, and they don't know what to do next. So the world leaders get together. They form a team called Canary One, and it's 7 experts and scientists, and they send them down into that hole to do some research and some recon. But the team disappears. So now the story follows the wife of the team leader, and she wants to get some answers about where her husband is. And as soon as she gets to the military site that is near the hole, another attack comes. So we kind of see the aftermath of this crazy event and how the world is living in that world where now we know that we are on the surface, but there's some type of monsters below us and what could happen in any moment, So I like to call it a grounded sci-fi movie. Sci-fi story, because we're so used to sci-fi movies taking place in outer space, but we can have sci-fi here on Earth. And instead of the aliens coming from above, what if they were coming from below?
Right. That's cool.
Let's say it kind of reminded me of Tremors, the idea.
I love the first Tremors movie, but it's a little different in the fact that it's very more like James Cameron's Aliens, the sequel to Alien. So it's very like, Starship Troopers.
Okay,
with a little bit of Stargate vibes to it. Mm-hmm. But man, I love me some Tremors.
Yeah, especially Starship Troopers though. That movie's awesome. Man, it sounds like you're doing a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Spillblood still got quite a few days on Kickstarter, so hoping everybody heads over there and checks it out. I think you have like 25 days. Well, as of this episode, probably would be more like 21 days left.
Right. Plenty of time to jump on early if you're listening to this, folks.
Yeah.
Sooner the better.
Yeah, get in those sweepstakes, those raffles that are going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even without sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Awesome book.
Yeah.
Awesome artist. Awesome writer.
Yes.
Look it up.
Thank you. Trying to make it valuable. Like I said, the $8 minimal physical pledge is going to get you a lot of stuff.
Yep. Yeah, check it out.
So, with all that, if people wanted to follow you further on, if you make poor life decisions like being on social media,
right.
Where can people follow you there? All that.
I'm on the 3 major social medias, and which Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm also giving Threads a try. So if you're anti-Twitter and trying to get Threads up and running, you can find me there too. And the one source of truth is my website, jonathanhedrickcomics.com. You can find. I got my shows and convention schedule up there. I got a web store. I got links to other things on there. So you can get from my website to Scout's, Recount store or Black Box's Dream Master store from my website. So
cool. Yeah.
Awesome. And everybody, I'll have links to the Kickstarter and John's website in the show notes down below. So check those out. You will not be disappointed. John, thanks so much for taking the time, man.
Absolutely.
I love talking to you.
Yeah.
And we look forward to the next one.
Yeah. Thank you so
thanks,
much.
John.
Appreciate you letting me be here.